This week I'm staying in Illinois with my mom, which actually, there's kind of a long story to it, but we hadn't really communicated for the last 15 years. But anyways, so my mom loves thrift stores, garage sales, all things like that. So you're going to see a lot of those. But that was actually a donation and everything was free there, which I think that's so cool for the community. If you heard me complaining back a few months ago when I learned about Goodwill, anyways, this was called Seven Gables. It was really cool. All that was like recycled metal. And then this is the rest of the grounds. This is like a little meditation garden they had. It was beautiful. It is so green here in Illinois. Everything is just like blooming in bright, rich green. Then we went to the town and we checked out a little Hispanic market. And we went to a little bakery and got some little goodies, and then we drove back. And it's so funny, but all you see out here is just like cornfields and farms. Then this is the next morning. I logged on to class. My mom brought me a little snack.
Okay, I just emptied out this luggage because I bought a new one because I was walking around in Chicago and these wheels were already feeling like they were not gonna hold up. So Costco find all my electronics, all my makeup stuff, all my clothes. Random. Need to wash clothes. This is my life now. This is my life.
Yeah, the amount of times I've had to like readjust, I'm getting a little exhausted from all the travel. To be honest, I'm really enjoying it, but I am getting definitely exhausted. So we went for a drive around. This is Geneva Lake. I actually grew up on the other side of this lake in Ohio, which I'm going to end up going to later on. But this week I spent with my mom and her friend that she's now living with. She made me one of my favorites, which was split pea soup. And like I said, I hadn't had a relationship with my mom for the last like 15 years because we just had like a complicated childhood, and my stepdad was an alcoholic and he wasn't really the nicest, and it wasn't a safe home environment. So I got the courage to leave when I was younger, and it was hard for me to leave, and my mom didn't really make it any easier on me because she missed me being there. But I don't know, it's just like really complicated, but I'm doing my best to like work through it. But anyways, then we went to this little Prairie State Winery. Don't know why that was hard to say, but you got to like pick out a wine flight. Oh my gosh, every single wine I got was phenomenal. I got this elderberry one, so good. Then this is driving around again. Like I said, everything is just green here. Yeah, as you can imagine, being around your childhood parent that you had to kind of like distance yourself from as an adult, it was hard. It forced me to like really see what little Michelene went through, and it was kind of hard, but it also really helped me understand a lot of stuff about me and why I was the way that I was. And it was also like being back in that environment forced me to realize like how much I've grown since I got out of there, and it's kind of crazy. So I had those memories brought up, and then I went through all my stuff and I found some letters that I had wrote like when I was pregnant with Tad, and bring on the waterworks. So I was a little emotional already this morning, and then we went to the Woodstock Square. This was adorable, and we went to this little place, the War Corpse. Oh my gosh, this is a phenomenal place. So it's a non-profit, it's also a store, but the guy who runs that is amazing. He provides like support for troubled youth, and I just had so much. I mean, he just seemed like such a cool guy. These are all of our little goodies at the farmer's market. Then we drove home for the day. I'd never seen those little melons like that before. And then this is the following day. We went to another farmer's market, which this farmer's market was called Dole Farmer's Market. I guess that's like the Dole Mansion that was back there. But oh my gosh, I just love seeing all the fruits and veggies and the colorful flowers. Like, I grew up in Ohio, and I kind of took it for granted like how much grew just naturally around me, you know. And then I moved to Florida, and Florida is equally as beautiful, but it's just a different vibe. And I guess it's like the little country in me kind of runs deep. And so it was really cool to like get back in touch with like my roots of where I grew up, and also see my mom now. And I got to meet her friend who she knew me when I was a little girl. Oh my gosh, we chopped down this tree. I was kind of crazy. I don't do stuff like that. I mean, I'm happy to help, but I was like, woo. And then I finally this week logged on to 2 sessions of yoga, which I was really proud of myself for logging on to 2 sessions, because my schedule has been crazy and it's been hard to like find the time or make the time to make sure I'm going to bed early so that I can wake up at like 5 a.m. to do the class. And then some of the places, like, you can't really tell here, but on the left-hand side is actually the air mattress that I was sleeping in. And I had to like push it up against the wall to be able to have room to be able to have space to do my yoga. So there has been so many challenges to just like maintain somewhat normalcy for myself.
It's definitely been an adjustment for me, but I'm grateful that I have all of my tools to kind of pull out and help support myself. And now we're driving through Chicago and we're heading to Ohio.